All right, the first example I'm going to do is this agility test example. It's on the first page of your notes. It says, for an agility test, fourth grade children jump from side to side across a set of parallel lines. Counting the number of lines they clear in 30 seconds, here are their scores. And they give us these scores. And what they want is for you to make a histogram. And I'll go ahead and make a relative frequency histogram as well, because that's the first part of the notes about was histograms and relative frequency histograms, and I'm going to use Stapplet.com. So I'm at www.stapplet.com, Stapplet.com, and here's the whole site if you want to look at it, Stapplet.com. And this is going to be a quantitative variable in a single group. It's just one group of numbers, right? And these are numerical numbers, so quantitative. So my variable name will be agility test. And my data, I will be able to copy and paste it. You might not be able to. If you can't copy and paste, you may need to pause to put these in. But I am going to copy and paste all the numbers in. And what you do is you separate them by either commas or spaces. And if you need to pause, go ahead and pause now and get back when you have all of them typed in. All right, so I'm going to begin analysis, and it starts with a dot plot. And you can see the dot plot that there were 5 times that there were 22s in here. And that's a dot plot, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to do a histogram. So from the drop down, I'm going to pick histogram. And this is what our histogram is going to look like here. And you can just copy and paste it into the sheet if you need to. It looks like they went from 10 to 15, so the bins are 5, the size, by default on this. But I can change the interval width right here to any size I want, but 5 is a pretty good one. So from 10 to 15, there was only one number that was a 10 to 15. From 15 to 20, there's only one number. And then from 20 to 25, there's 5 numbers. And from 20 to 25, there's 12. And from 25 to 30, there's 7. So each of these are called bins. And it takes all the ones that are inside of that interval, from like 10 to 15. If you look at all the numbers, there's only one number between 10 and 15. From 15 to 20, it doesn't include 20. See how it says less than, but not less than or equal to? So it's like from 15 to 19.9999. And it says 5. And do we see 5 of them? We got 17, 18... 19, 17, and 12, yeah. So there's 5 of those, and 16, my bad, not 12. 12 was part of the other one. So, yeah, there's 5 of those, and that's how they get these counts, and that's what a histogram is. And you see, it labeled it with frequency. If you wanted a relative frequency one, now, instead of the number of times it happens, you're going to say the percentage of times that bin happens. So relative frequency is that. See, like, a little over 40, it's 48% were between 20 and 25. And 20% were between 15 and 20. It's good to hover over it because it gives the exact numbers. 4% were between 10 and 15. And that's how you do a histogram in Stapplet.com. If you wanted to change the interval, see how they're going from 10 to 15, 15 to 20, the steps of 5? Like say I wanted to do steps of 2. I could do that. And hit enter, and it does blocks of 2 from 11 to 13, from 15 to 17. There weren't any from 13 to 15, from 17 to 19. So you can pick whatever bin width you want and put it in there, and it changes the look of the graph. It just depends on what bin. Either they're going to tell you a bin width that they want, or you can just pick one that looks the best to you. That's like 2 gives a little bit more detail. It's more exact. It tells you there were 28% of them were between 21 and 23. I like to go with lower bin numbers, but by default it had this one at 5. So that is how you do a histogram inside of Stapplet.com.